I think it could grab the education world by storm with a lot more probably funding and work behind it.
Although we had notes that were being put in by teachers, we didn't have another system or another means of collecting student data to be able to check in on them from that sort of counselling wellbeing side of things. We are in a school of about 2,000 students across both of our campuses. And while we have a number of ways where we're able to, identify students who need additional support, there's always the concern that you might be missing a couple. And so we felt there was an opportunity there to be able to, more extensively identify those students, and so that we could provide early interventions to ensure their wellbeing.
We would have had to have meetings with people like the counsellors and the year level directors to find out kids at risk, or search for them on our portal as to which kids were accessing counselling and what were the themes. So it was a lot more back end work. Whereas this is at our fingertips. We can see why the kid might pick, I think one of the tags is depressed or sad or whatever. If we then know that, then we can see, how are they seeing a counsellor? Yes. How often have they seen the counsellor? How often do they tag sad? Did they tag sad after they'd seen a counsellor, or is there an improvement? You can track that as well. I think it's been really beneficial for us because it gives us a snapshot at a time, and it's immediate feedback. We can get immediate data of how our kids are feeling, what's their mood, is there anything triggering that we need to investigate.
The thing that was attractive was that the language that was used, and the emojis as well, we felt like were consistent with the year levels we were interested in rolling it out to. It was something, we felt like it was something they were familiar with already. I constructed a flowchart for staff to follow once they had identified a student who'd mentioned a record of, or had registered a record of concern. Any student who had a recurrent negative mood check, so let's say they had 2 or 3 in a row, then, irrespective of the level of that negative mood check, they would be identified and flagged with the year level director and counselling team to follow up as well. There's another staff member who's been looking at the climate of the college, getting an idea of whether student mood checks have improved over time, and I think they had, and that's as a consequence of the work that the Year 9 pastoral team have been putting in as far as when they'd identified issues or themes.
One that's coming up a lot is kids are tired. So we're working out, what does sleep mean? What's good sleep mean? What does it mean to them? What does it mean to us? And what are strategies around those things? I do get the more nervous alerts of when things aren't going well, but that's nowhere near as high as it used to be. So I'm happy with that.